My personal definition of Christian manifestation is causing things to be here on earth as they already are in heaven. It is aligning my desires with that which God has already desired for me. It is in fact knowing that whatever I desire, God planted that desire inside of me because He desired it for me before I even desired it for myself. Let's get into this video. It's going to be interesting. Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Melody, and in this video I'm going to be telling you about my personal kind of definition around this concept of manifestation. I know the word manifestation has been used quite a lot in the secular world, sometimes even in the New Age world, but we see quite a lot of manifestations in the Word of God, and they might not necessarily be appropriated exactly with the definition of manifestation in the world. So I wanted to clear that up before I started this video, that I believe that there's certain things that I've manifested in my life, and I'm going to tell you a story time, powerful story time, about my previous job and my current job, and how I manifested my current job. So for me, manifestation is purely aligning myself with what God has already desired and wanted and planned and purposed for my life. It is so easy to manifest that which God already wants you to have. How many of us know that? Some of our easiest prayers are the prayers that God was excited, expected, and couldn't wait to have us pray already, because He's been waiting for us to ask these things so that He can give them to us. A lot of times our asking is just purely us giving God legal right to do specific and certain things in our life that He had already intended to do anyways, but needed the permission of man. He literally has the power to do anything on earth, but He does things on earth through the conduit of men, through the conduit of flesh. Even when He wanted to come and save the earth, He had to come through the conduit of flesh, of a man named Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So when He wants to establish things on earth, He has to do them through men. But I don't want to babble. I want to just share my story. Really, that's all I want to do. I didn't want to come teach you here and teach about manifestation. I just wanted to come and share my story, and you can judge for yourself. And I'm super keen to your understanding of what happened in this particular situation. In the comment section below, I really want to learn from you guys, especially people that have worked and studied around the area of manifestation, because I don't consider myself an authority at all. I just believe that I aligned with God and I received what He had already intended for me to have since the foundations of time. So I'd been working at my previous job for 3 years, and on my 3-year anniversary, I kind of sat down and I started to look back and introspect at my journey in the company that I was currently in. As I used to every single year, I would just get into this introspective state, and I would just ask God, what would you have me do here that I haven't done already? And sometimes that statement would come in the form of a question, and I would be like, Lord, why am I still here? And I mentioned this in my previous story times, that that question really was just about, God, do we still have an assignment or a purpose or a mandate in this job? When I enter into jobs, I don't just enter just for the sake of earning an income, earning a monthly salary. I enter into jobs with an understanding that I'm an ambassador, and that I am in that space not just for the purposes of crunching numbers because I'm an accountant, but because I understand that there is a life that needs to be touched in one way or the other, or someone that needs to be prayed for, or an example that needs to be exuded. So I never just go into jobs thinking that I am there to just show off my skills. No, I am there as a kingdom ambassador. And God, what would you have me do to touch the lives of the people that are in this company? Would you have me pray for the company? Would you have me pray for someone in that company? Would you have me just live out my life and my truth in the face of somebody? What is the reason why I'm here? So 3 years into my job, I started to ask God these questions, and it was in October of last year when this happened. And I really was keen to understand why I was still at that place, largely because when I started my role, I kind of made a pact with God. I said, God, I'm giving you 3 years of my life at this job. And after 3 years, I'm going to start asking you what next. So this is really what started to happen after those 3 years. I was like, God, we said we're going to spend 3 years at this company. What next? Interestingly, I did not feel the urge or the need to apply for other jobs. And I would go home and I would kind of say to my husband, I say to God, I'll be here for 3 years. And it was my 3-year anniversary. And I'm not too sure what the next thing is. I felt that there was a next, but I didn't know what that next looked like. Neither did I have the desire or like the push to apply for a new job. I don't know if you've ever felt like that, where you're in a place or you're in a job and you feel that there is a shift that could be coming, but you also don't have the energy to like kind of pursue it in the flesh. And so I just knew that something had to shift, but I was not shifting it myself. And I sat down on that particular day on my 3-year anniversary and I wrote down what my ideal job looked like. And so right here, I've got my wallet with me, and for the next 8 months, I had this list in my wallet. And this is the list that I had. On this list, I wrote down my ideal job. I wrote down the health benefits that it needed to have. I wrote down the allowance that it needed to have. I can't be specific, unfortunately. I wrote down the exact salary that I said, that particular salary plus, essentially meaning that it needed to earn me, remunerate me that much money or more. I wrote down the kind of responsibility I wanted to have. I wrote down that I wanted to have somewhat of a mentor who would be able to walk me through that journey. I wrote that I wanted good orientation and training. I wanted flexible working conditions. I wanted grace to excel. I wrote down the amount of travel I wanted in that job. I wanted the kind of relationship I wanted with my boss. I wrote the amount of creativity I wanted to be able to exude in my next role. I took this piece of paper, I folded it, opened up my wallet, put this piece of paper in my wallet, and I carried it for the next 8 months. Forgot about it. Don't even think that it was an intentional, I would look at it every single day kind of thing. Absolutely not. I completely forgot about it, but I had set an intention and I had found the courage and the boldness to write that intention on a piece of paper, and God saw that. God saw that moment and He accounted it as faith towards my account. Because like I'm telling you, I did not go out looking for job opportunities after I had written that piece of paper. But somehow, this small little piece of paper in this particular wallet right here started to cause things to shift in the realm of the spirit and started to cause a certain opportunity to slowly start gravitating itself towards me. And I didn't even know it. And 8 months later, I am 2 weeks into a new role that looks freakishly, like scaringly, like just, I don't believe it, too similar to this job that I wrote on this small piece of paper. So as I've been kind of introspecting around how everything happened and all these small little just moves and shifts of God, just rerouting me, redirecting me, redirecting my path so I could collide with destiny, I began to muse and to ponder, on this concept of manifestation that unfortunately has been used quite a lot in the world, when really manifestation is really a kingdom principle. A lot of these principles, if not all of these principles, are just kingdom principles that the enemy has found a way to corrupt and to use in his kingdom, because there's really nothing that the enemy has created. God created all things, and the enemy has found a way to morph and to change certain things so that they can work in his kingdom. But really, everything was created by God. So I thought to myself, this concept of manifestation surely had to have been created by God already. So I'm in the season where I am redefining what manifestation looks like to me as a Christian. I believe in the concept of manifestation, but I believe that it has a different definition for people in the kingdom. And I think manifestation simply, purely, just on a basic level, is aligning yourself with what God has already and has always intended for your life. It is causing those things that are in heaven to become on earth. It is purely causing things to be here on earth as it is in heaven. This is a statement that is in the daily prayer. So that's my story time from me to you. If I could end this video with a couple of lessons, I would say, number one, do not be afraid to articulate what you want. It could be in the form of prayer. It could be in the form of writing it in your journal. It could be in the form of speaking about it when you're having conversations with people that you trust, in the privacy and the safety of sisterhood or friendship. Do not be afraid to actually articulate the things that you want. Speak them out. A lot of us, the Bible says, we do not have because we do not ask. Second thing that I would encourage you to do is to set an intention. Sometimes an intention really means that you actually start applying for that job. Sometimes an intention means you start having conversations that sound like, I'm ready for that shift. I'm ready to move out of this place. I might not know where I'm going. I might not have the right companies to be applying for, but I'm ready. I'm writing this piece of note right here so that you can understand that I'm ready to make that next step if you show me where to step. The third thing that I would encourage is, don't stop asking God, why are we still here? Why are we still here? And really that question is just saying to him, what purpose is still here that qualifies me to still be here? Why am I still here? Because if there's still purpose in the place where God has planted you, he will continue to keep you in that place until that purpose is finished and fulfilled. And so I understood that if I was still there, then God needed me there. And that when the time was right, he would shift me and he would bring providence that would take me to the next thing. And I don't want to say that there was a lot of confidence around that space, but I did appreciate that the fact that I was in a space at that moment required me to trust that God needed me in that place. And so from wherever God has planted you in this season, I pray that you would trust that he still needs you there. But I pray that you would also follow the leadings of your spirit when you feel a certain shift or you feel that your time is running out, so that you can continue to have conversations with him and say, Lord, why am I still here? If there's no need for me to still be here, then let's move. All right, that's my story time from me to you. I'm hoping these videos of my transition from Cape Town to Johannesburg have been an encouragement to you. I think they've been an unpacking to me. They have been therapeutic to me, but most importantly, I see quite a lot of you in the comment section saying that they have been a great source of encouragement, particularly for people who have been watching these and have been feeling that they need to either move from a job, move from a ministry, move from a province, move from a country, or even a continent. Some of you feel like you need to move from a relationship, maybe. I don't know. But I pray that these have been a great encouragement. And if you learn nothing from them, I pray that they are entertaining or they just help you to know that God does a thing long before the thing happens. a lot of the things that I talk about in these story times, and I encourage you to watch all of them. Just start cooking and play my story time playlist, and you're going to have such a phenomenal time being encouraged by the season of transition. And I pray that you will be encouraged to wait on the Lord, and when the Lord gives you the step to take, that you will take it. That's it from me. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Like this video because it helps with the algorithm. It allows other people in your vicinity to also get this video recommended to them. Please, in the comment section below, if you watch till the very end, today we are giving pink hearts. So please give me a pink heart just to show that you watch this video until the very end. Imagine if we could get every single person that watched these videos to just leave a pink heart. If you have nothing at all to say, just leave a pink heart in the comment section below. Also, let me know in the comment section, because I know that we are girls and I know that we are list kind of people. Have you ever written down a list of what you expected, whether in a job, in a friendship, in a relationship, I don't know, whatever kind of list it is? Have you ever written a list, and has God ever come through for you and actually made that list manifest? I want to hear about all your list stories in the comment section below, and I'll pop in and hang out with you guys. That happens to be my husband, by the way. Okay, it's a goodbye from me. Ciao.